7 years ago, good gosh, I fell asleep and had a dream about two girls watching someone transform into a magical girl using thread and stitches. And from there on, I spent 5 years of my precious time on Earth drawing out a manga-inspired story called Magical Girls Get Stitches. Now, some of my older viewers would probably see old comic book dubs I made of said series. I never really finished it because it never got a lot of views. The art in those dubs is closer to my art now than my beginning art. That's because, unfortunately, all the early books were accidentally thrown away. I cried for like 2 days straight when that happened, but I never gave up and I redrew them all. Probably making the story better in the process, to be honest. Drawing 953 pages in total stretched out through 10 books really improved my art, and I recommend making a comic or two for any artist looking to improve in a fun way. It isn't for the weak though, because I sacrificed my middle school education by doing so. Now, for a while, these characters have been stagnant and collecting dust in my head. I love them and they deserved a better, more thought out story than they got. So I had the brilliant idea to go ahead and redesign them all. I wanted to start fresh and give them a brand new story with new ideas and deeper character arcs. So you'll hear me talk about that alongside the new designs. First is Aoi Kesho. I'm redrawing their original designs first so I can have a clear reference for later. She was a sweet, bubbly character that was always full of whimsy and positive vibes. She was also a witch? I don't know, the story was kind of all over the place. I wanted to give each character a theme for their outfits since I've kind of grown a disliking for magical girl outfits where it looks like they're just wearing a fancy costume. I like seeing exactly what the character was inspired from, so for Aoi, since her little magical symbol was a crystal/diamond, I decided to make her a miner. You know, the ones that drill for coal and stuff. Yeah, that. For the first draft, I kept her little diamond in the middle, but I completely flipped the design around. I gave her a dark miner-inspired helmet with her diamond power symbol in the part where a miner's flashlight would be. She can probably use it as a flashlight, who knows. The first draft came out pretty good, but I think I could use some tweaking. Final draft, I lightened the dark brown parts of her outfit and gave her white poofy sleeves that have diamonds falling from them. I also decided to cover her up mostly since I realized most of my first drafts were pretty exposed. As in exposed, I mean their chest and shoulders were showing. I got rid of her long, awkward bloomers underneath her skirt and gave her an actual drill rather than a trident staff thing she had before. And here's Juliet. I'm renaming all the characters since they were all named from colors translated through Google. She's named after the Eikyo Shimamiya song, I Need You. She's still as bubbly as before, but she gets embarrassed for rather odd reasons sometimes. She also has trouble reading into sarcasm, and she's a decently good fighter. She's just clumsy 1% of the time. Pinku Binji. Young Mia Google translated her last name a long time ago, and I thought it meant beauty, but apparently translating her full name means pink feces. Perfect. She's a brood, stone-faced kind of girl. It always looks like she's in a bad mood and that she would rather be at home. Her outfit is a dark pink leotard with gray silk parts around it. She has a bow in her hair with her heart power symbol in the middle. It's a cute design, but I feel like it could be a lot better. For the first draft, I wanted to change her symbol as I was going to give the heart symbol to someone else. So I decided to flip the heart upside down and snap it right in half. I first decided to go for a Playboy bunny theme. This will soon later change. It's just an odd theme in my opinion. All these characters are 18 plus except the last one, by the way. I gave her a broken heart see-through part in the middle of her leotard and put a bow with her power symbol on her hip. I slapped a bow on her head and here's the first draft. A lot of changes will soon come. Her final theme was a demon. I thought it suited her better than a Playboy. I gave her bat wing inspired arm cuffs and added spikes to the end of her leotard to resemble bat wings. I did actually put bat wings on her back, along with another broken heart see-through part under it. I gave her little action boots instead of heels, and I added the broken heart imagery along her legs. I decided to give her a crossbow, as her design reflects another character. I plopped down some devil horns on her head, and voila! Here's Taruiki. Her name doesn't have an origin, I just thought it fit. She still has an RBF, but she's actually caring and generous to people around her. She does have a little bit of a temper though, but Juliet has always been there to help calm her down. Aka Ai. Her last name means love despite her power symbol being an X. She was always the cool girl who had a lot of anger issues. This character was also just me channeling my crush of Sailor Uranus into her, so she's basically everything I loved about a woman in 5th grade. She has a red tube top paired with a tight skirt with possibly the most boring shoes known to man. She has yellow rings around her and one with her symbol on one of her bangs. Her hair... Young me thought it was the coolest thing ever, but in reality her hair looks like fucking Huggy Wuggy. She also just had a gun for her weapon. For her first draft, I kept her X power symbol and decided to give her a pirate theme. I gave her an eye patch with her X power symbol on it, and a pirate hat with yellow frills on it. I gave her a lace corset and a pearl necklace wrapped tightly around her neck. I decided to have her hair be down and shorter, as I think it fits better rather than the fucking Huggy Wuggy hairstyle. The first draft is a good start, but I think overall it could be better. In the final draft, I leaned more into the pirate theme. I gave her a bigger hat paired with feathers on the side of it. I gave her a gold necklace that twists at the end of it to look like an X. I gave her big poofy sleeves and the end of them wrapped in a round bandage-like material. I tied a red fabric around her waist and it poofed at the end to look like water. It's supposed to be in reference to the Red Sea. She has long boots with golden accents on it and black ripped jeans under them. I made her hair swoop more and look smaller overall. I kept the gun, but I decided to make it look older to pair with the pirate theme. It would look a little weird if she just had a Glock. Here's Ruby Akari. She's very chill, nonchalant, but she means well. She's very level-headed and always knows what she wants. She lost her eye in a casualty from a magical enemy, but she's grown to live with it. Overall, a very chill girl. Rasakino Benji. She was Pinku's sister in the original story, but they never really developed a relationship. She was the mature, older mother-type character who was always looking out for everyone and stopping arguments. She was very close with Akka, and they formed a close relationship with each other. Her outfit is strange, to say the least. She's wearing a cropped tank top with lavender frills with shorts of the same coloring. She's also wearing this metal chest piece with her oval power symbol in the middle of it. Also, she's wearing these metal combat boot things, but at the bottom are these saw things. She can use to saw people in half. I don't know what the thought process behind this was, but heaven knows how she's balancing on those things. Her weapon is also machine laser gun things, but on her arms. She's pretty cracked in power-wise, but it's kind of stupid. In her first draft, I decided to swap out her power symbol and make it a heart instead, because there aren't really any significant things that go with the shape oval. I made her theme an angel to coincide with her sister being a demon with the broken heart symbol. I gave her the little metal parts of her original outfit, but I decided to make them white instead, but with black heart accents. The outfit themes correspond with the magical girl's story in a way, whether it predicts their future or just tells a viewer a bit about the character already. Black accents on the outfit symbolize a bad act. When a magical girl has any black on their outfit, it shows that they're either gonna do something incredibly awful in the future, or that they've already done something awful. The amount of black doesn't mean a greater act or anything, it's just the color being there. I gave her a poofy skirt with frills on top. I want her to feel really fluffy, if that makes sense. I added purple arm sleeves and stockings and slapped a bow on the back of her head with tiny yellow wings. I also tried to give her those feet saw things, but it just looks out of place in my opinion, so it'll be scrapped eventually. I think that this is a pretty good first draft. It just needs some tweaking and then it'll be perfect. In the final draft, her design mostly stayed the same. It's just a pretty version of the first draft. I braided her hair up and put the bow at the end of it to tie all of her luscious long hair together, which is also a homage to her old middle school best friend in the old books that I don't probably have any art for. Maybe I'll redesign her along with some other characters in another video if you guys are interested. I swapped the design of the end frills on the arm sleeves and stockings because it felt like it made more sense that way. I gave her black heart knee pads and elbow pads because I thought it would look cute. I made her skirt and her top more fluffy with extra frills and cuts to make it feel more friendly and fluffy to add to that angel aesthetic. I also gave her a crooked halo to fit with her theme. She also has a heart and bow and arrow because Cupid, angel, you get the point. Here's I-Me Kirby. She's a very sweet and considerate person. She's a mother-like figure to everyone and always puts everyone's needs before her own. She has trouble communicating how she feels and is also a really big crybaby. She's married to her husband Simon Kirby and she loves him very much. She also met Ruby in high school and they're very close friends. Midori Bidenoki's next. Her original outfit was originally supposed to be for a Madoka Magica OC, but I repurposed it for MGDS instead. She was the shy, introverted type of the group. She hates arguments, and once she picks a side, she's sticking to it. She's wearing a long dress with poofy sleeves and arm warmers. She also has long green boots and a headpiece with her hourglass power symbol on it, paired with 2 black bows. She also uses a sword to fight. I made it to where she had plant powers despite her actually hating nature because I thought it was funny. Her design isn't bad, but it could be a lot better. Now, Midori gave me a lot of trouble. I wanted her theme to be nature, but I just couldn't figure out how to portray that in the design. I tried to give her a leaf-inspired dress that transitioned from green to orange with a brown leotard underneath, but it just didn't look right to me. I tried adding white long sleeves, but I ended up repurposing that for another character. I changed her symbol from an hourglass to a flower instead to fit her nature theme, and I think it conveyed well. I kept her bows and headpiece with her symbol on it, and here's the first draft. This time, I tried to give her a mushroom theme, paired with a new mushroom power symbol, but again, it just didn't feel inspired. You try designing a nature-themed magical girl without just throwing plants on them. I put her in a pretty dress, decorated with polka dots, with long socks and brown thread flowing through them. She's wearing boring tennis shoes that match her outfit. I swooped her bangs to make them look somewhat different from the last iteration. She just doesn't look like a magical girl to me. It just looks like she's wearing clothes. I was really stumped on Midori, and I had to stop and consider what was making her design so difficult for me. Her personality before was the shy type, so maybe I can switch that around and make her bold. And maybe she can be bold and also a slut! Third time's a charm. I decided to completely switch around her character by making her a whore. Her outfit resembles that. I took inspiration from an old Royal High avatar I made a while ago, and I think it fits her. She's wearing a tight leotard that cuts in the shapes of flowers on the sides. There's green bushes going down her arms and green garters going down her legs. She also has green boots and dark green ribbons going all around her. I kept her headpiece thing holding her flower power symbol, but I swapped out the pearls for a ranch-like headpiece instead. I liked her swoopy bangs, so I kept that, but I decided to make her pigtails go lower on her head. I changed her weapon to scissors instead of a sword because it fit the plant vibe better. I also think she has the ability to rip the scissors apart and create two separate swords because I think that would be cool. Here's Rachel Hera. She goes by Ray for short. She's very bold and loves to annoy everyone with her sarcasm. She loves to dress in outfits that show a lot of skin, and she will hit on every single guy she meets. Orangey Mukanjo. In the comic dubs, we barely got into her introduction before I decided to stop dubbing them. She was that emotionless type who didn't really care for anyone around her. She hated Aoi for stupid mistakes she made, and she made it every single person's problem. She has an off-the-shoulder top with a bow in the middle that holds her circle power crystal. She has a skirt fading from orange to white and one see-through stocking covering one leg with orange heels with bows on the back. Her hair is tied up with an orange ribbon on top. She has a fucking wrecking ball as a weapon. I remember her throwing it at some of the magical girls and like, holy shit, that thing could genuinely kill someone. Her design, I would say, is probably the better out of them all. Her first draft ended up becoming her final draft, actually. I decided to lean into a sun theme for her. I kept the orange and white color palette for her, but I added more orange to it. I gave her a flame top with a white hanging dress flowing under it. The underside of the dress is ripped to look like fire to coincide with the coloring under it. I decided to keep her one-legged legging thing, but just turn it into a stocking and swap it to the other leg. I also added yellow ribbons flowing up her leg. I repurposed Midori's first draft design sleeves for this one, but with some tiny tweaks to make them look nicer. I gave her a necklace and magical looking sun-inspired hair tie instead of a bow. I kept her weapon the same since I thought it was unique, but I added spikes so it to resemble a sun more. Here's Hinaseki. She goes by she, hey pronouns. She's very quiet, but she means well. He's a very powerful magical girl and always accounts his strength for his other team members. Despite that, she's kind of an airhead and tends to forget people's names all the time. He's friends, quote-unquote, with Rei, but in reality, he hates her a lot. Shiro Yubi. Now in the story, she was there in the last few books, but she was only really there to lay out important plot points and help the rest of the cast with the final battle. To which she really didn't even do anything. Her outfit has a gray top with shoulders cut out because I remember Youngmi having a shirt like that and being absolutely obsessed with it. She has a plain black skirt with boring gray shoes. Her white hair is held up by two star clips and her weapon is a spear because I remember my friend begging me to make one of the characters have a spear. I remember Youngmi was gonna make her Asian like the rest of the cast, but I just couldn't get the braided hairstyle I wanted to work, so I just scrapped it completely and redid her. Her outfit is pretty boring, so I decided to take her star power symbol into account and make an interesting thing. Yet again, the first draft became the final draft. Their power symbol reminded me of the Star of Bethlehem, so I gave it a Jesus birth/nativity scene theme. The top has two brown sleeves that look like it's supposed to be the top of the manger. Their power symbol is in the middle, and the rest of their top looks like a starry night sky. Their skirt is supposed to look like hay, and I added the same thing to her sleeves. I gave them white sleeves and brown boots and added gold accents to represent the gold Jesus was given. I kept their hair pretty much the same, and I kept the star clips identical to the OG design, but with some minor details. I kept their weapon as spear, but I made it look like a star, and on the bottom of it has a cup that holds the body of blood. Here's Harvest, aka Zuzu Kepper. It goes by Harvest because the person they work for wants them to hide their identity. It goes by its pronouns. It has no emotions whatsoever, and it looks like it's basically falling apart. It is faithful to the person it works for and actively fights against the magical girls. It is the prototype magical girl, so they can't de-transform out of its magical form. I think its design came out really cool, and I'm super proud of it. The final one, Togedonji. They were the mischievous villain against the magical girls, responsible for all the enemies appearing in their city. In the OG story, they manipulated and controlled an entire alien race into creating their enemy, the Masakos, and the entirety of the magical girl system. Said alien race is not going to exist in the story. Their outfit and weapon was based off Akko from Little Witch Academia, funny enough. This design I'm not really proud of, to be honest. I tried to keep it mostly the same but add a couple details like a belt and necklace, but they kept reminding me of an Amish woman. Not what I'm going for. I added small details to the weapon and lightened the colors on the design. I also made a little symbol for their little organization on the dress and necklace. Here's Ulysses Churchill. Their name is taken from the Eikyo Shimamiya song of the same name. They go by they, them pronouns. They created Masakos in the magical girl system for petty revenge against Taru of all people. They have Harvest working for them, and they cause havoc across their city. I'm still not pleased with their design, and I'll probably change it later on, considering that I've decided in the story they're going to be a cult leader, because that seems cool for a villain. Now, for the story itself. This story takes place on a fictional Earth, where America was colonized by outside countries and now is separate territories. The original 13 colonies were renamed to Stella Mortem. Stella Mortem City, however, is pretty much plagued with a magical enemy of destruction called Masakos. They thrive off destroying the livelihood of humans, so as you can imagine, the population and taxes of Stella Mortem have dropped completely. Magical girls are the only force that can stop Masakos, but people think they caused Masakos to appear, so magical girls have become hated across the city. They're wrong, but they're also right in a way. Ulysses assigned Harvest to place Masakos around to cause destruction, but those aren't Masakos created by Ulysses. There's another type of Masako that were originally magical girls. Magical girls have to fight a Masako every single day, because if they don't, they become the Masako. Masakos created by Ulysses can cause destruction to the outside world, but Masakos that were once magical girls are in a labyrinth type area, hidden from the outside world. I call them playrooms. For a more simplified note, Masakos by Ulysses are called OP, out of Playroom Masakos, and once magical girl Masakos are called IP, in Playroom Masakos. People who are known to be magical girls are hated by society. They can be denied entry to places, denied jobs, living spaces, and even education. Our main characters, Taru and Juliet, are kicked out of school because everyone finds out they're magical girls. That's my little twist on them. Magical girls have to hide their identity. They don't get to choose to hide their identity. They have to, or their city denies them of everything. And the thing is, Masakos are all in Stella Mortem, so the magical girls have to stay in the society that wants them gone. A lot of magical girls give up and end up purposely becoming Masakos as a way to get back at the people. And that's where I'm leaving off. I think that's enough information for you guys. I'll definitely make more videos about my OCs if you guys are interested. I have more magical girls I want to design, and you probably have seen them on Artfight or community posts. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more content of mine, I would consider subscribing. I do gaming, sketchbook tours, animation/animatics, reactions, and many more to come in the future. If you have anything to add, you're free to go down in the comments. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch me ramble. I'll see you another time. Bye-bye!
I'm gonna touch this rocket launcher.
Exactly.
Oh no! Quit attacking me! This is gonna sniper.